And, if anybody knows Mr. Tillery, send a word to him. I will be contacting him. I'll make the efforts later on today. And we'll see, just as a concerned black man raising a family who is a business owner and a media platform, those all sound like superlatives to me in the city of Cincinnati. And we shall see. We shall see. But again, I remember, and I was in public radio at that point, going to this meeting. Dwight Tillery put it together. I sat through the entire meeting. I was a young G then, just the formation of my political process, the beginning of my flow. And I remember it was kind of like, pardon me, Dwight Tillery, I think, was instrumental in putting it together. And I supported and applauded his efforts in it. I thought it was tremendous. And I think back then, again, maybe you were there as well. I remember seeing Lakita Cole was there. Again, Mr. Todd Portune was there. There was a lot of prominent black folks whose names you would probably recognize who were in the meeting. I can't recall anyone else who was there, although there were a lot of people there. And I remember it was kind of like, what is the Democrat Party going to do for black folks? And I thought, wow, that's an interesting question. Isn't it funny that you flash forward 20 years and people are still asking the same questions? We're still talking about unity in the community. It's deep. It's deep. I'm not going anywhere. This is the Nathan Ivey Show. Back with more right after this.
It's 6:42 p.m. Time for Steve Plotto and his son Dylan to do the dishes. They talk about everything from the yuckiness of girls to the awesomeness of his soccer team. Sometimes they don't talk at all. Then, hey! The dreaded splash fight. It's Dad o'clock, and it's the best time of the day. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Of course my kid's in the right car seat. Well, I think he is.
Yeah, my kid's in a booster seat. He was ready to move up. He is ready, right?
Her car seat looks like the right size.
There are probably rules on when to move up to a booster seat, aren't there?
Rear facing, forward facing? I think I have it right.
Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know. Know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the right seat.
I know my child's in the right car seat, or else I wouldn't get in the driver's seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Here we go, back with more. Currently 8:34 a.m. in the Queen City. My name is Nathan Ivey. Welcome back to the Nathan Ivey Show. And if you haven't already, if you go to my Spreaker page, you can just go to Spreaker.com, search for Nathan Ivey. And when you come to my Spreaker page, do me a favor and follow the show. That way you will get an update whenever we go live in the morning, if there's any bonus interviews or bonus shows, which I do have planned for you in the very near future, then you will get a notification when we go live and when that content may be available. If you ever want to listen to the show or tell a friend about the show, just tell them NathanIvey.com. That's my website. Check it out. Tell me what you think. I've made some additions. Tell me what you think. If you're on Facebook, let's connect. If you're on Twitter, let's connect this morning. If you're on Instagram, let's connect. And I'm working on my Snapchat account, my Snapchat account. Just trying to figure out the utility of it. I understand the demographics of it, but I'm wondering how much of my audience is really on Snapchat. If you're there, let me know. Hey, I want to be there as well. And let's connect. Let's get back to the show. Reggie writes, okay. Says, also, I want to say thanks for fixing the clickable links in the Nate Ivey email show. Absolutely, I figured it out. Michael's asking me, do I do my homework? What homework, bro? You do your homework. Karamia writes, thank God for outspoken black men like yourself. Tell the truth. Daryl writes, yeah, I hear Dwight Tillery on Lincoln Show, and a lot of what he was saying was on point. I was going to ask you if you can get him on your show or a recorded interview. Yeah, I want to do it live. That way we can take questions from you in the chat room and do it live. We shall see. Yeah, Dwight Tillery is typically on point. He's definitely on point. The Black Agenda Cincinnati. Black Agenda Cincinnati. It's Saturday, June 11th at 8 a.m. And what I want to know is, what is the agenda for the Black Agenda? Because 8 to 4, I'm not sitting there for 8 hours, man. I'm just being straight with you. So I need to know when Dr. Michael Eric Dyson will be there, and when does the meat of the discussion begin? Will it be open forum? Okay. Will people be taking notes? Okay. From those notes, how will they ascertain what are the main bullet points? Okay. I think it's fabulous. I think we should have something like this on a more regular basis as a way of unifying the different stratified elements of Cincinnati. Because Cincinnati is really cliquish. Chip writes, is there a city where the black community isn't cliquish? ? Well, if there is, let me know so we can follow their lead. We can do what they did. And, it's very, very sad. I mean, Cincinnati has so much potential. I love this city. Has so much potential. And it seems like it's very little petty things that keep us from working together. And Black Cincinnati, and hell, all of Cincinnati will never reach its potential until we truly connect all those dots. You'll always have different pockets. Like there's a pocket here where everything's great. You know your neighbors and everybody's eating good and the children are well taken care of. But then you walk around the corner and it's like the land that time forgot. It's like the land, Cincinnati geographically, like neighborhood by neighborhood, is a reflection of just how cliquish and stratified we really are. In almost every neighborhood, you can go like block to block. You'll see beautiful homes. Oh, manicured lawns. You turn a corner and it's dope dealer heaven. And that's a reflection of Black Cincinnati in a lot of different ways. It really is. It really is. Mr. Hollywood writes, hey, Nate, have you ever thought about having your own TV talk show? ? A lot of people have said that. You got to move to TV. What I will tell you is this platform, I want it to be multimedia, and I'm taking a step so which we can incorporate a video element into the show. Have I thought about a TV show? I've had a few thoughts here and there. I've even written them down, but nothing that I've actively pursued. Okay, but I appreciate the support, most definitely. Keenan writes, yes. I don't know why, but she writes, yes. Absolutely. One more thing. I'm wondering, should Black Cincinnati have a discussion about our feelings about the idea of legalized marijuana? I mean, so many of our brothers and sisters are being incarcerated for having marijuana or these kind of substances in their possession. I'd like to see a study done on the collective amount of jail time and fines that people have paid over the years in Hamilton County because marijuana has been illegal. I like to see that. Something tells me that it will probably disproportionately affect the Black community. Therefore, and again, I don't know if this is fair or not, I believe that once it becomes legal, it should disproportionately positively affect that same community. That's why I couldn't support last year's effort for legalizing marijuana for recreational use, because the people at the top were already juiced in. The winners were already chosen. You need to know that there are new efforts to legalize marijuana for medicinal usages. Now, what's medicinal means? That means medicine. You've got some kind of chronic illness. You're dealing with chronic symptoms. Chronic means every day, all day. Maybe you're dealing with some type of chronic pain. In some states, in some cases, the government has allowed people to have medicinal marijuana. It comes in different forms. You can come as a vaporized, like a vapor. And also you can consume it in terms of edibles, like brownies, candies, things like that. Okay? That way you're not affecting your lungs. I predict that when marijuana for recreational use becomes legal in the state of Ohio, the edibles will be a huge, and I mean huge, industry. It'll be huge. Because even when it's legal, I think for some time there'll still be some type of a social stigma placed upon those individuals who are like rolling blunts, okay? Because you're out there with your kids, and maybe you don't want your kids to be imbibing this, to be, taking this into their systems. There's still going to be some degree of a social stigma against it. But if you got yourself some gummy bears, some gummy worms, some Rice Krispie treats, some brownies. Now, this is a part of the black agenda that I hope is expressed, is dealt with at this meeting. Money, dollars. That's all that really matters. That's what the next level of civil rights really is for black folks in this city and around the country. And so what is Black Cincinnati's agenda for capturing some of these marijuana dollars once it becomes legal? Once it becomes legal, what we should be talking about is how we're going to pool our resources and start our own farms. That's what we should be talking about. I've been making this point for years. I will continue to make it. I am absolutely right. The smartest thing you can do is take me up on what I'm telling you right now. Get together with your friends, get together with your church group, get together with your sorority or your fraternity or whomever, pool your resources and catch some of these marijuana dollars. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. That should be on the agenda. Because when black households start to take in more money, you're going to see a lot of these problems associated with not having dollars go away. It'll go away. People are talking about the unemployment rate. Well, hey, legalizing marijuana sounds like jobs to me. Somebody's got to grow it, cultivate it. If you're talking about the edible industry, somebody's got to work in the factory and batch all these things together. Someone's going to have to make sure all the equipment associated is working properly when it breaks down. Someone's going to have to look over the computers. Why not black people? Why not black people? I'm just saying. So I'm just hoping we don't have the same old conversation. I mean, like I said, unity in Cincinnati is a huge issue. I mean, everything is cliquish and everybody seems like they've got their own agenda in most cases. Now, when I'm speaking generally, okay, there are exceptions to every rule. And there's some black people who are fully integrating and dealing with other black people and recognizing, their worth and dealing with them. And that's a great thing. That's a beautiful thing. Okay. Even in this endeavor, I've had individuals reach out and help me. And tell me things that normally I wouldn't even been thinking about. Okay. I it was in my head, but I'm thinking I'll do this down the line. So don't get me wrong here. I'm just saying we're not doing it enough. Let's put down these petty differences and deal with the real issues so we can move our community forward. You know me, man. That'll always be my agenda. Black, white, rich, poor, Indian Hill, Price Hill, we have far more in common than we don't. We just need somebody to push it forward to make it recognize it. Okay, and if that's me, that's me. Kush writes, ganja farmer, the healing of the nation. B writes, how much contact high do you think will occur in the Mary Jane manufacturing? ? LOL. Well, it won't matter if it's legal. It won't matter. It won't matter if you're legal. Michael writes, crap bill, no employer protection for prescribed medication. You can get fired and not receive unemployment. Which leads me to my next flow. You do know there are two competing ideas on how we should legalize marijuana in the city, in the state of Ohio. Okay. There are some folks, and just yesterday there was a bill that passed some hurdles in the House that some people are saying is a good idea. And it would make Ohio the 26th state to give residents access to legalized medical marijuana. Even though there was some reluctance about the bill. I've got reluctance about the bill. My reluctance is a couple things. Number one, the General Assembly just drug its feet on this issue for many, many years. That's a side issue. But from what I understand, and again, I have not read through it in its entirety, but from what I understand, there's some huge issues. Number one,